بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيد الخلق والمرسلين سيدنا وحبيبنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا، علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما، وأرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه، وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه، واجعلنا من الذين يستمعون القول فيتبعون أحسنه، وأدخلنا برحمتك في عبادك الصالحين. آمين. I just stopped by this verse which the Imam just recited. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, فلا تحسبن الله مخلف وعده رسله. Don't think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will fail his messengers and his prophets. Never. And this Al-Isra wal-Mi'raj, it's all about this verse. When his people, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, his people, they abandoned and they declined his da'wah and they rejected and they refused to accept. They torture his companions. They plan to assassinate and to kill the Prophet ﷺ. But Allah is there. وَيَمْكُرُونَ وَيَمْكُرُ اللَّهُ. They plan, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has his own plan. And this is what Al-Isra wal-Mi'raj is about. It's a plan from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it's a message to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. If your people abandon you, if your people do not accept you, then there is many people which you don't know. They're gonna accept and they will open their hearts for you. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And by sending all the messengers of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the prophets to Baytul Maqdis, to the Masjid al-Aqsa, and giving the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam the leadership to lead their prayer. Allah is giving the Prophet ﷺ a new position, a new credit. You are now the leader. You are Sayyidul Mursaleen, the Imamul Mursaleen, the Imam for all the messengers. And your Ummah, they are the leaders for humanity from now. This is it. Your Ummah will be the leaders for humanity. We shouldn't forget that. We shouldn't. And they become, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them all the opportunities and all the support until they become the leaders of the world. That's what we should keep in our mind. We should be proud that we are Muslims. We accept all the prophets and the messengers from Allah. We believe in them all together. We make no difference between one prophet to another one. All are messengers and prophets from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the question which I raised last halaqah. So some of the prophets the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he's gonna meet in his trip to the seventh heaven. So why those prophets, especially those names? And why Allah has chosen those prophets to meet the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Actually, there is a wisdom behind it. And there is nothing done by incident. Nothing. Which means, if something happened in your life, don't think it happened randomly. أَفَحَسِبْتُمْ أَنَّمَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ عَبَثًا? Do you think that we created you just for fun? Just for random? No. You came here today not incidentally, because Allah wants you to hear a lesson for you. It will benefit you. Allah has chosen you to come here and listen. Many people, they still sleeping, but Allah has chosen you. Put this in your mind. Allah wants to give you something special. And that's what Allah did to the Prophet ﷺ. He gave him very special thing. By introducing him to all the prophets, 24,000. He met all of them. At that time, when the Masjid al-Aqsa was abandoned, was locked down, nobody go there. The Roman, they closed it. So when the Prophet ﷺ went inside, he was shocked. It's full, no footstep space. So it was a special gift to the Prophet ﷺ. So he started from Al-Masjid al-Aqsa, and exactly from that holy rock. That is the way to heaven. So what is the Al-Mi'raj? So the scholar, they said it is something like stairs, but no special description. Nobody knows what is it exactly. But it is that place where he can go up to the heaven. So when they reach the first heaven, as I mentioned, it is very well organized. There is a system. No one can go from anywhere. There is a specific place. There is a gate, and there is a gatekeeper, and there is a guards. There is a guards. So Jibreel alayhi salam knocked the door and asked permission to go. Allahu Akbar. Jibreel alayhi salam, the master and the chief of the angels, he's asking permission to go into the first heaven. Then the keeper asked him, who is this? Which means there is a border in between. They cannot see who is behind, because they will know if if it is an open area, they will see. But he didn't see who's that. It's locked. He said, this is Jibreel, and with me is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then the gatekeeper, he said, did he was cold? He said, yes, he was cold. He said, I have the permission to open for you and for him. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The instruction came from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Open for this person. It's very well organized. Subhanallah. We should take this as a lesson for our life, to make our life very well organized. This is Islam. Islam is all about to organize your life, to make a system in your life. Don't live randomly. So the Prophet ﷺ and Jibreel alayhi salam, they entered the first heaven. Then the Prophet ﷺ saw a man sitting, and on his right side there is many people. When he looked to them, he smiled. And on his left hand there is also many people. When he looked to them, he cried. Then the Prophet ﷺ asked Jibreel, who's this? He said, this is your father Adam alayhi salam. Then he said, why he is doing this? On his right side he smiled, and on his left side he cried. He said, those on his right side, they are his children who are entitled to go to heaven, to Jannah. So he is happy. They are the guided people to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he smiled. And when he looked to his left hand, he will see his children who are misguided, and they become entitled for hellfire. So he cried for them. And this is the message from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Even those who are misguided, even though, so he feels pain for them, he still loves them. They are not kicked out from his love. So to the Prophet ﷺ, you keep loving everyone. Those are still your people. Take care of them. This is Islam. Islam is about love. It's about taking care of each other. And the Prophet ﷺ said, لا يؤمن أحدكم, means no one is considered a true believer until he loves for his brother what he loves for himself. Allahu Akbar. We lost this. We really lost it. Until he loves to his brother what he loves for himself. So then the Prophet ﷺ, he makes salam to his father Adam alayhi salam. And he went to him, and his father Adam, he said, wa alaykum salam, you are a good son, and you are a good prophet, and you are a good brother. And then the Prophet ﷺ went with Jibreel to the second heaven. Again, they knocked the door. Who is there? This is Jibreel, and with me is Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And again, the message come back that we are given the permission to open for him sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So they went inside. So who is in the second heaven? Huh? Who? Second. Still we didn't reach the seventh. Second heaven. Which prophet are there? Oh man. Your memory become very, it's just a week, you forget. Don't forget. Okay, a question for you. When Al-Isra wal-Mi'raj happened? Day or night? Night. It happened on night. Okay. Where the Prophet was when the Isra al-Mi'raj started? He was in Mecca, right? Where he was in Mecca? Okay, so there is different narrations. One narration said he used to be in the house of Hani. She's his cousin. And another narration, they said he was sleeping beside Al-Kaaba. Okay. So the Prophet ﷺ, what was the first thing he did before he started Al-Isra wal-Mi'raj? Tawaf. And before Tawaf, what happens to him? Huh? Yes. Jibreel alayhi salam, he opened his chest and he washed it with the water of Zamzam. And then he poured in it wisdom from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He filled his heart with the wisdom from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then they continue until they reach Baytul Maqdis. Okay, so he stepped up to the first heaven and he met Adam alayhi salam. Then the second heaven and he met Yahya and Isa alayhim salam. Yahya and Isa. So why Allah choosing Yahya and Isa? As I told you, it's not incident, it's a plan and it's a message, because Yahya alayhi salam was tortured and was killed by his people, and this is what happened to the Prophet and his companion. They're gonna be killed by his people and they are torturing. So this is a message to the Prophet ﷺ. Don't be sad when your beloved one will be tortured and killed in your next mission, in your da'wah. Don't be sad. Some prophets who are higher rank than your companions, they already killed and tortured. And why Isa alayhi salam? Why Allah chooses Jesus? Because Jesus' message was based on love, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam message was based on mercy. So keep this in your heart, O Muhammad. This is the message to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Keep this mercy and love to your people. Whatever happened, when you just take this in your mind and remember what happens to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam before Al-Isra wal-Mi'raj, that was the visit to At-Ta'if. This was the worst experience in the life of the Prophet. When Aisha asked him radiyallahu anha, Ya Rasulullah, what was the worst experience you faced? Is it the Battle of Uhud? He said, no, it was my visit to At-Ta'if. So when you remember what happens to the Prophet ﷺ in At-Ta'if, and you remember that the Prophet ﷺ met Yahya and Isa alayhim salam, now you understand what is the message to the Prophet ﷺ. Keep the love to your people in your heart and the mercy. Keep it. Even they torture you, even they harm you, even they are going to kill some of your loved ones, keep the love and mercy in your heart. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Then the Prophet ﷺ went to the third heaven. Again, they knocked the door, asked permission, and the permission granted, and they went inside. Okay. So, who is the Prophet was waiting for Prophet Muhammad ﷺ there? Oh, you are rushed to meet Ibrahim alayhi salam. Ibrahim, he's so high. He's Khalilullah. Don't rush for Ibrahim. Khalilullah, the highest rank anyone can ever reach. He's in the top. Yusuf, alayhi salam. Yusuf. So why Yusuf? Why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has chosen Yusuf alayhi salam here? Because Yusuf's life was a photocopy of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam life. It was a photocopy. So this is a message and a lesson to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to learn from what happened with Yusuf alayhi salam. So Yusuf alayhi salam was kicked out from his homeland. And this is what's going to happen. What is going to happen with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Yusuf alayhi salam was hunted by his family. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is also hunted by his own family. Yusuf alayhi salam, he traveled from the desert environment to a farming environment. And that's what's gonna happen with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That is what he's going to. And Yusuf alayhi salam, he was very successful in the new environment, away from home. And this is gonna happen to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He will be very successful in the second environment. Yusuf alayhi salam, he brought solutions to the community where he stayed in Egypt. And the Prophet ﷺ, he will build a new community and a new civilization in Al-Madinah after the immigration. And at the end, Yusuf alayhi salam, his family and his people, they come back to him and they apologize. And the Prophet ﷺ, his people will come back to him and they will apologize. Same copy from each other. Copy. And a message for everyone. This surah, Surah Yusuf alayhi salam, it was revealed to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam just before Al-Isra wal-Mi'raj, when he come back from the visit of At-Ta'if. Now somebody will ask, why at this time? Why Surah Yusuf came to the Prophet ﷺ at this time? Because as I mentioned, the life of Yusuf alayhi salam is a photocopy from the life of our Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And Surah Yusuf, it is a faraj. It's a happy time. It's a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to those who feel sad, to those who are in trouble. They want something to get some happiness to their hearts. It is Surah Yusuf. So it's advised by the Prophet ﷺ for those who have some sadness in their life to read Surah Yusuf. It will wash your sadness when you read it. Subhanallah. So the fourth heaven. Now again, the same scenario, knocked the door and they entered by permission, and then the Prophet ﷺ will meet Idris alayhi salam. So why Idris? What is the connection between Idris alayhi salam and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam? The connection is that Idris alayhi salam, he was the first one in history who started the writing. Idris alayhi salam was the first one in history who started the writing. And the first message to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is Iqra, read. So this is a message to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that you and your ummah, you need to start taking care of science, technology, knowledge. And that's what happened, right? All the science and technology started from the Prophet ﷺ time. Medicine, space, physics, math, you name it. It all started from the Prophet ﷺ time. The science and technology gate is opened from the Prophet ﷺ time. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, read, all the world was in darkness. They have no technology. They have no science. But the science started from the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to his Prophet. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to the Prophet, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. Subhanallah. This is the mercy. When Allah opened for us all kind of technology and science and knowledge, we have to come back to our lead in these fields. We have to come back. We cannot keep just consumers. We have to go back to where we were, to that position when we lead all nations to light and knowledge. So the Prophet ﷺ then stepped up to the 5th heaven. You should know who's in there. Huh? Harun alayhi salam. Prophet Harun. So why Allah has chosen Harun? Because Harun was the supporter to Musa alayhi salam. He was the supporter. And this is a message to the Prophet ﷺ that you gonna have supporters in your next trip like Musa who got Harun with him. The supporters to the Prophet ﷺ will be Al-Ansar. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq was there. Umar ibn Khattab was there. Ali was there. But not these people. Victory didn't happen in Mecca. Victory happened in Al-Madinah. There where the Prophet ﷺ got the support. And inshallah, when we come to the battle of Hunayn, at the end of the battle, what the Prophet ﷺ told the people of Al-Madinah, Al-Ansar, he said to them, will you be happy that all the people will live with fortune and revenues, and you leave this battle with me living with you forever? Allah. The Prophet ﷺ, he chose Al-Madinah because his victory come from there. His support come from there. And that's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised the Prophet ﷺ in his Al-Mi'raj when he saw Harun, that you're gonna have supporters like the support I gave to Musa through Harun alayhi salam. And then the Prophet ﷺ went to the 6th heaven where he met, again you insist for Ibrahim. Again, I told you Ibrahim is in the top. Musa alayhi salam. Musa. So why Musa alayhi salam? Why not Nuh? Because Musa alayhi salam has a very long experience with the most difficult nation in history, Bani Israel. The most difficult nation in history. Oh Muhammad, this is a message to him sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You need the experience from Musa to deal with people. You will meet a complicated nations, a difficult people. So you need to learn from Musa alayhi salam how he dealt with those difficult people. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And then the Prophet ﷺ went to the seventh heaven where he met Ibrahim alayhi salam. Seventh heaven, he met Ibrahim alayhi salam. And he find Ibrahim sitting and his back to the Al-Bayt al-Ma'mur. So what is Al-Bayt al-Ma'mur? The Prophet ﷺ said, it is Al-Kaaba, built on the seventh heaven. If it fell down on earth, it will hit exactly our Kaaba. So it is in the same location, exactly above Al-Kaaba, in the seventh heaven. And the Prophet ﷺ said, this Al-Bayt al-Ma'mur, it is the place where all the angels will come and do the tawaf. Same like people doing tawaf around Al-Kaaba. And the Prophet ﷺ said, every day 70,000 angels will go and make tawaf around Al-Bayt al-Ma'mur. Those angels will never come back until the day of judgment. So every day there is a 70,000 angel, different angel, every day. Subhanallah. And Ibrahim alayhi salam was sitting beside Al-Bayt al-Ma'mur. Subhanallah. The reward from the same type of your action. That's what Allah rewarded Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. He's the one who built Al-Kaaba, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him that special place beside Al-Bayt al-Ma'mur. So then the Prophet ﷺ went to say Assalamu alayka ya Ibrahim. Then Ibrahim alayhi salam, he has given the Prophet ﷺ a very special message to his ummah. A very special message to this ummah. So what is the message of Ibrahim alayhi salam to us? Inshallah, the next halaqah will talk about this special message to us. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Allahumma ajma'na ala ma yurdik waj'alna min al-mutahabbin feek. Allahumma aj'al jam'ana hadha jam'an mubarakan marhuma wa tafarruqana min ba'di ma'suma wa la taj'al minna wa la fina shaqiyan wa la mahruma. اللهم إنا نسألك رضاك والجنة ونعوذ بك من سخطك والنار. اللهم أصلح لنا ديننا الذي هو عصمة أمرنا، وأصلح لنا دنيانا التي فيها معاشنا، وأصلح لنا آخرتنا التي إليها معادنا، واجعل الحياة زيادة لنا في كل خير، واجعل الموت راحة لنا من كل شر يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم إنا نسألك صحبة حبيبنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم ربنا قد حرمنا صحبته في الدنيا فلا تحرمنا إياها في الآخرة يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. اللهم إنا نسألك من كل خير سألك منه نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعبادك الصالحون، ونعوذ بك من كل شر استعاذك منه نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعبادك الصالحون. اللهم زدنا ولا تنقصنا، أعطنا ولا تحرمنا، أكرمنا ولا تهنا، انصرنا ولا تنصر علينا، اهدنا ويسر الهدى لنا. اللهم إنا نسألك يا أرحم الراحمين، اللهم إنا نسألك موجبات رحمتك وعزائم مغفرتك ومنجيات أمرك والسلامة من كل إثم والغنيمة من كل بر ورضاك والفوز بالجنة والنجاة من النار يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. اللهم زدنا علما وزدنا قربا وزدنا حبا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. اللهم إنا نسألك قبل الموت توبة وعند الموت شهادة وبعد الموت راحة وسعادة. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وصل اللهم وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك.